Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is October 3rd, 2023, and we are in the Old Testament book of 2 Samuel. We're going to read chapter 23, verse 8 to verse 38. All right. So again, we're nearing the end of 2 Samuel. We only got one more chapter after this one, and our author is kind of winding down his tale, tying up some loose ends before he ends his account, and then we're going to get an account from a different author when we get to the next group, which is Kings. So what does our author want us to see here? Well, he's going to talk about David's mighty men. We've seen mention of them. Now he's going to tell us who they are, some of the things they've done, and some of the people that are in that group. We get the three, which are the closest ones to David, the kind of his elite commanders. Then you've got the 30 that are under them, which is kind of his elite strike force. And then you would have the rest of his army out there. Some parallels to see with that is, hey, you know what? Jesus had 3 close advisors that were kind of his elite generals. And he had 12 disciples that were under him, and then he had general disciples that were under that. So we're seeing this same kind of a hierarchy. The mighty men are the 30 mighty men. Our account here is going to give us 37 people. So, can't they do math? Well, 30 was kind of a mythical number for the mighty men. So it could be that they just rounded it down. Could be that, hey, if someone died, they were replaced, and we're just getting everybody, and some of them have died, and some of them are the replacements. So the main thing is you've got that 3, which are the tight-knit, then you've got that elite strike force called the Mighty 30, and then you've got the rest of the army under that. Some things to keep in mind, we see the 3 and some of the things they did, and one of them was David announced that he would like some water from a certain well, and they went into Philistine territory, got that water, and brought it back to him. And what's significant about that? Well, David refused to drink that water. Oh my, how dare I would never touch anything, I would never make my men risk their lives to do something like this, and I'm not going to satisfy my craving at the risk of their lives. Now, keep that in mind, because when we get to the 30, we're going to see 3 names that we've seen before. Ahithophel, who's listed as the father of Eliam. So Eliam is, we're told, is the father of Bathsheba. Ahithophel is apparently her grandfather. He's also the one that supported Absalom in the rebellion against David. And we end with Uriah the Hittite, which was Bathsheba's husband, that David killed. Apparently he forgot all about his vow that he would never do anything to harm his own men, because there's 3 of his mighty men that he grieved mightily. Now, something to keep in mind is as you're going through genealogies and groupings of people like this, they don't always follow the convention that we are used to here in the first century. If I say, here's a person, and I say his father was so-and-so, you're going to say, oh, it's the biological father, direct line. If I say there's a son, oh, biological, direct line. These ancient genealogies tended to skip around a little bit. Here's a person, and if I call somebody his father, it could be anyone that's above him, and if I'm saying it's his son, it could be anyone down below him. The main thing is, I'm trying to connect that person through his birth lines to one of the 12 sons of Israel. So a little bit different. Sometimes you got to dig a little bit and figure out, okay, is this really a father? Is this really a son? In this case, he's called the father, but we think he's more like an uncle. So bear that in mind. We see this list again when we get to Chronicles, if you get to Chronicles, and it's a little bit different. So, maybe one is nicknames, one is different names. But the idea is the same, and we get some more information about these people. So, you kind of marry them together. And I think that's about all to say. A list of names. Everybody's favorite thing is lists of names in the Bible. Okay, I guess I'm not going to say on that. But, when you get to them, do your best to read them. Do your best to pronounce them. If you don't get them right, hey, I'm not too worried about trying to get them right. I'm just trying to do my best as I get through here. First time you encounter them, they seem like just a wall of names that don't make it much sense. But as you read your Bible over and over and over again, those people start to be, you start to put places and things together, and you go, oh, that's the person I read about over here. Oh, this is the so-and-so son from over here. And it starts to make a little more sense. I mean, this is the inspired words of God, and if he wants us to remember these people, then we should make an effort to read about them. Because that's what makes this book really all about relationships. Our relationship to God, his relationship to us, our relationship to our ancestors, their relationship to us. Here in the Old Testament, it's all about the Jewish people and the nation of Israel. But when I get to the New Testament, hey, you know what? By becoming a follower of Christ, I am made part of this. This is now my adopted history. So, hey, I'm going to do my best to read these names whenever I encounter them. So you just take a deep breath and you hit them, run. So that being said, let's go ahead and read 2 Samuel chapter 8 to verse 38. These are the names of the mighty men whom David had. Josheb-Bashebeth, the Tachmonite, chief among the captains. He was called Adino the Enzite because he had killed 800 men at one time. And after him was Eleazar, the son of Dodo the Ahohite, one of the three mighty men with David when they defied the Philistines, who were gathered there for battle, and the men of Israel had retreated. He arose and attacked the Philistines until his hand was weary, and his hand stuck to his sword. The Lord brought about a great victory that day, and the people returned after him only to plunder. And after him was Shammah, the son of Agi the Hararite. The Philistines had gathered together into a troop where there was a piece of ground full of lentils. So the people fled from the Philistines, but he stationed himself in the middle of the field, defended it, and killed the Philistines. So the Lord brought about a great victory. Then 3 of the 30 chief men went down at harvest time and came to David at the cave of Adullam, and the troop of Philistines encamped in the valley of Rephaim. David was then in the stronghold, and the garrison of the Philistines was then in Bethlehem. And David said with longing, oh, that someone would give me a drink of water from the well of Bethlehem, which was by the gate. So the 3 mighty men broke through the camp of the Philistines, drew water from the well of Bethlehem that was by the gate, and took it and brought it to David. Nevertheless, he would not drink it, but poured it out to the Lord. And he said, far be it from me, O Lord, that I should do this. Is this not the blood of the men who went in jeopardy of their lives? And therefore he would not drink it. These things were done by the 3 mighty men. Now Abishai, the brother of Joab, the son of Zeruiah, was chief of another 3. He lifted his spear against 300 men, killed them, and won a name among these 3. Was he not the most honored of 3? Therefore he became their captain. However, he did not attain to the first 3. Benaiah was the son of Jehoiada, the son of a valiant man from Kabizzel, who had done many deeds. He had killed 2 lion-like heroes of Moab. He also had gone down and killed a lion in the midst of a pit on a snowy day. And he killed an Egyptian, a spectacular man. The Egyptian had a spear in his hand, so he went down to him with a staff, wrested the spear out of the Egyptian's hand, and killed him with his own spear. These things Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, did, and won a name among the 3 mighty men. He was more honored than the 30, but he did not attain to the first 3, and David appointed him over his guard. Ashel, the brother of Joab, was one of the 30. Elhanan, the son of Dodo of Bethlehem, Shammah the Harodite, Elika the Harodite, Helez the Peletite, Ira the son of Ikish the Tekoite, Ebiezer the Anathorite, Mabunai the Hushathite, Zalman the Hahohite, Mahariah the Neotophathite, Heleb the son of Banah the Netophathite, Ittai the son of Ribai from Gibeah of the children of Benjamin, Benai of Pirathonite, Hadai from the brooks of Gash, Abi Albam the Arbathite, Azameth the Berhomite, Elahaba the Shalbanite of the sons of Jashan, Jonathan, Shammah the Herite, Ahim the son of Shirar the Herorite, Ephelet the son of Ashabi, the son of the Machathite, Eliam the son of Ethophel the Gileonite, Hezrah the Carmelite, Perai the Arabite, Igal the son of Nathan of Zobah, Benai the Gittite, Zelek the Ammonite, Nahari the Beerothite, armor-bearer of Joab the son of Zeruiah, Ur the Ithrite, Gareb the Ithrite, and Uriah the Hittite. 37 in all. May God bless reading his word. May God bless you. Bye.